Dr. Thomas Maples, and welcome back to A Sacred Journey. Today we're going to explore our third and final installment in the series on harnessing your personal vision to dream, believe, prevail, and succeed. In this series, we have explored what it means to create a personal vision. In particular, we have explored aspects based upon symbols, if you will, based upon a poem that I had wrote, which is loosely based upon a quotation from St. Teresa of Avila. The poem goes, "To work the soul is to go within. That is where the treasure dwells. But in yearning to see its beauty, the plight of hardship often swells. A wise woman once warned of perils that would distract us from the plan. Quote, Untilled ground, however rich, will bring forth thistles and thorns, so also the mind of man." That quote is attributed to St. Teresa of Avila. What grounds have you yet to till to realize your dreams close at hand? As the poem and the citation from St. Teresa of Avila allude, we must begin to till the ground. We must work the ground of the unconscious, even that of what we are conscious, to create the means by which we can realize our dreams, to realize those inner and outer treasures that exist within our grasp, only if we're willing and able to assume the responsibility that we're given in creating those dreams to become reality, to find fruition. In these segments, we have explored what it means to idle, especially psychologically or spiritually, which in turn can create physical idling, a barrier, if you will, to create the needed movement to realize the dream pulling forward. We've also looked at how we can define a personal vision. Specifically, we've looked at the importance of creating this definition as it relates to something that pulls us, not necessarily an external factor we may be aspiring towards, but something that's internally driving us. Because it's a lot easier to be pulled by a dream than to push through it. Now, that may be just a flight of verbiage, if you will, but the idea behind being pulled by something versus pushing towards creates the means by which there is a higher order, a higher process that we could allow to move us in ways that could be a calling. And this is the way the unconscious may work within, really opening doors that we may never have considered if only we open our eyes to see the flowers that are in the meadow, or our ears to hear the beauty of the notes present in the symphony. Now let us begin with today's exploration on how we can engage a personal vision. You may ask, how do I write a personal vision statement? It helps to have a piece of paper, a pen, and a little time. If not, open a computer file and maybe entitle it something like personal development or self-development. And then open a file, a document, if you will, to create a personal vision statement. Now I want you to find a relaxing place and just let your mind wander. We touched upon this a little in our last exercise as a method to free associate, to free write. In this point, I want you to dream the biggest dream that you feasibly can. Maybe it's a family trip around the world. Maybe retirement at an early age. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to pay your house or car off in a shorter time than what is on the note. Don't judge. This is your exercise. You don't have to share it with anyone. You are only in a brainstorming part at this moment, one that's geared to open you to the beauty possible in active imagination and free writing. Once you take hold of a vision, you may notice that it needs to shrink, focus, or maybe it needs to expand. When a vision is too grand or may have too many moving parts, focus may be a factor that helps you put it into perspective. This is narrowing the vision as it may relate to steps that are needed to make that ultimate vision become a reality. Let's say one of the goals that comes up in a vision is a trip to Bora Bora with your wife. What steps do you need to make that become a reality? Maybe one step would be to assure that both you and your wife have the same time off in order to create that vacation. The next step would be, let's say, to save enough money. Find the price of what it will cost. That could be a starting point. Maybe you have examined in the confines of your mind that, oh, Bora Bora is too expensive. I could never afford that. Do you know the price? Have you ever looked? Maybe it might be less expensive than you think, and then you could create sub plans to subvisions to create that larger vision into a reality. And lo and behold, maybe within a year or two, you could be realizing that trip on the beach in those beautiful huts on the Polynesian island. Maybe your vision is the opposite. Maybe it's a little too small and may need expanding. Maybe in the example that I gave earlier in a trip to Bora Bora, maybe you got caught into I just need to save money. Well, to what end? What can you create as a little bit of life giving force from that money that you save? Maybe saving money and taking vacations is the beginning point of engaging a more adventurous lifestyle, seeing more exotic places in the world. Maybe it's learning about new cultures and customs that you could expose your family to. And maybe that creates a little excitement in your children's life to want to explore the same world.
Oh, thank you.
By engaging in an exercise like this, you have just awakened your ability to dream and hone that capacity to envision. And this is the first part in not only awakening your subconscious and unconscious mind to worlds of possibility, but also becomes a resting point by which your personal vision can help you to segment aspects of your life to begin to realize the brevity of your dreams. Now, finally, I want you to write your vision down. Your dreams are your own. They create how you measure your life successes and failures. Now, you may view failure as a negative. However, remember, the only failure in life is a lesson not learned. And we could take those elements of not being successful and create behaviors and create fail safes around them to drive further success in the future. As you develop your dream, plan for its creation. Your plan shows your ability to captain your life, chart a course, and get from here this moment, to that place that you envision as you having realized your destination's intent. Lastly, as you advance confidently in the direction of that destination, you will eventually meet its end. Success will be yours from that moment on, including the self-esteem that follows engaging in such endeavors. Now, what can you do with a bit of self-esteem like that? It may lead to more successful outcomes yet to come. How would that feel as a starting point to chart the course of your life's intent? As always, my friends, I leave you with a blessing to end this three-part series on harnessing your personal vision to dream, believe, prevail, and succeed. May blessings truly find you on your journey to envision, chart a course, see, and advance confidently in the direction of your dreams. If you like what you hear, please don't hesitate to subscribe to this content as I upload regularly. You can also find this and many other segments into the wonderful world of mythology, psychology, and personal development at my blog, drthomasmaples.com. Dr. Thomas, Maples, Maples.com. I thank you for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have enjoyed bringing it to you. Goodbye for now, and hope you have a wonderful week.